Today we are covering week 10, lecture 10 on financial planning. Okay, but I do not want to start with complicated accounting terms. Many of you are engineering students and maybe you have no basic background in business or accounting. We can perfectly understand. So today I just want you to understand one very simple idea, which is how financial planning starts with a good record keeping. Before we can calculate a profit, before we can prepare a cash flow, and before we can produce a profit and loss statement, we must first have a proper records. Without records, we are only guessing. We may feel that the business is making money, but actually we may be losing money. And we may think that sales are high, but we may forget the cost of materials, a transport, packaging, rental, salary, or any online platform charges that we are using. So the first question for today is not how do I prepare a full financial statement? No. The first question is what records must an entrepreneur keep from day one? Because if you want to understand full financial statement, you can actually check the slides that I also share in You Learn on this lecture 10 financial planning. It is complete where we are covering what does it mean by cash flow, yeah, how you can do cash flow projection, how you can generate a projected financial statement, and what is financial statement, what is balance sheet, and so on, so on, so on. So put that aside, you can have a look later, but I want you to focus on these short notes I made purposely for you to understand on this our very short explanation on lecture 10. Imagine you start a small business. Maybe you sell a smart sensor kit, yeah, drone accessory, food, printing service, design service, or anything online, yeah, products, yeah. So every day the money moves in and money also moves out. When a customer pays you, that is money in. But when you buy materials, you pay the renter, you do delivery, you pay for marketing, and then you pay for your staff salary. So that is money out. If you do not record these transactions, later you cannot answer basic business questions that related to the finance. Yeah, how much sales did I make this month? How much did I spend on materials? How much cash do I still have? And did I make profit or loss? Can I continue this business next month? And so on, so on. So the answer here is a bookkeeping. The bookkeeping simply means recording all your business transaction clearly and systematically. It does not have to be complicated. And for a beginner entrepreneur like you, for example, even a simple Excel file, a Google Sheet, a notebook, or accounting app is just enough. Okay, as long as the record is complete. So the most important thing is you need to record every transaction and keep the proof. Okay, for every transaction, there are 5 basic things you must record. Number 1, the date ataupun tarikh. When did the transaction happen? For example, 3rd of June. Okay, yesterday. Number 2, important description or keterangan. Yeah, you have to explain what is it. Yeah, what happens? For example, bulk materials or customer paid for product A, paid delivery cost, blah blah blah. Okay, so that is number 2. Number 3, you have the amount. Amount as per how much money was involved. For example, for this 120 ringgit, 100 ringgit, 20 ringgit, and so on, so on, so on. Okay, that's number 3. Number 4, the category. This is important. What type of transaction is it? Is it a sales? Is it a materials? Is it rental? Is salary, transport, utility? There are many categories. There are many ways on how you can categorize as well. I will show also later. Yeah. And last but not least, number 5, this is the most important that most entrepreneur miss it, because whatever that you do in the bookkeeping, the important part is the proof of the transaction, which is bukti transaksi. This can be a receipt, can be an invoice, can be a bank transfer slip, can be a screenshot also, can be e-wallet transaction, payment confirmation, and so on, so on. Because this must be very clear. So you have to repeat this. Yeah, the first one is the date, and then description, then amount, then category, and then the proof. If you have these 5 things, Later, it will becomes a much easier for you. Even if you used to use ChatGPT, for example, yeah, or third-party apps or accountant to prepare a proper financial reports, the one I share in your slides, yeah, cash flow, the projected financial statement, the balance sheet, and so on. So if you have this bookkeeping, you can easily generate that financial reports, but if you don't have it, if you only say, I think I spend around 500 ringgit, that is not good enough, yeah, because business must be based on the evidence, not just you memorizing. So for all the account related financial planning, I often remind students that please start with a simple bookkeeping. From the bookkeeping, then you move towards what's important after that. You can do balance sheet, you can do financial statement, anything, yeah, P&L, profit and loss statement, and so on. So I gave you the example of the bookkeeping record here, yeah. Let's say I put here, well, 1st June, this is the simple bookkeeping format. If you look here, on the 1st of June, for example, the owner puts 1,000 on the business, yeah. So we record date 1 June, description, owner puts in capital, that's normal. The amount is 1,000. So amount out, dash, because there's no amount out. So the category is capital, and then the proof is the bank transfer. You take a proof, no matter what, PDF ke, screenshot ke whatsoever. So enough. That's one example. So on the 2nd June, the next day, uh, the business buys material, yeah, 150 ringgit contoh. So you record it, date 2nd June, the description, buy materials, amount in. If you want to be more specific, what material you can put as well. What materials, yeah. Amount in is dash because there's no amount in, but amount out 150. Category materials, and then you put the proof, which is the receipt of you buying that. And then June 3, you have business sells a product and receive 300 ringgit. So you record as date 3 June, description, sell product. If you want to be more specific, you can put description, sell product A. Okay, to whom also you can do that. It's up to you. It's your own description. Amount 300 ringgit, amount out dash because it's not amount out, it's amount in. And then category sales, proof is the invoice or the payment screenshot. So this is already a bookkeeping. It is simple but very powerful. I want you to start with this. From this simple table, we can later calculate the total sales, and then you can calculate also the total expenses, and then from there it will give you the cash balance, it will give you the profit or loss, and even prepare a financial plan. This is the one you can later continue looking at the slides that I share with you. You can also do cash accounting. This is a simple meaning of cash accounting. Yeah, we record the transaction when cash is actually received or paid. If a customer pays you today, you record it today. If your pay rental today, you record it today. If you buy materials today and pay immediately, and you record it today. This is the easiest method for small beginner businesses because it follows the actual cash movement. So for you, you can think of cash accounting like how you are measuring current flow in a circuit. Yeah, for example, you do electrical. We do not simply assume the electricity is flowing, but we measure the actual flow. Yeah, it's the same thing in business. We do not assume the money is available, but we record when the money actually comes in and goes out. This is important because some businesses may have sales, but no cash. For example, customer orders from you, but has not paid yet. You may feel happy because you have sales, but you your cash is still not in your account. Probably they pay by check and so on, so on. Yeah, or maybe the bank only clear the amount the next day. So for your level, at this very early level, I want you to focus on this. The record money when it is received. Record money when it is paid. So that is cash accounting. Okay, so the next is ledger. What is ledger? Okay, I want you to understand the word ledger. After you record daily transaction, the next step is for you to organize them, right? So this is where the word ledger comes in. A ledger is simply a group record of transactions by category. For example, all your sales transactions are grouped under sales, correct? So all materials purchases are grouped under materials, and all rental payments, you group it under rent. All salary payments to your staff, you groups under salary. All transport cost, yeah, you group under transport. So all utility bills, yeah, bill api, bill air, bayar sewa, and so all you put under utilities. So the process is like this. Daily record, go to ledger, and then from ledger becoming your monthly summary. Do not be afraid of the word ledger. It is not something complicated. It is just a grouping of all the record that you already have. If you have 10 material purchases in 1 month, for example, you group all under materials. Then you can calculate total material cost. So if you have 20 sales transaction, you will group all of them under sales. Then you can calculate total sales. Yeah. So this is very important because in financial planning, it depends on these categories. If you do not have the category, you don't categorize your records. You cannot know where your money goes or where you get your money from. Yeah. So you may only know that you spend 2,000 ringgit, for example, but you do not know whether most of it went to materials ke, or just a rental ke, just marketing ke, yeah, you don't know. Transport, salary, and so on. So this ledger will help you understand your business pattern. That's it. So once your records are complete, so you can prepare a useful report. This is where financial planning becomes more clearer. Then this is how my slides will make sense to you, because from your bookkeeping record you can prepare cash flow. Cash flow shows money in and money out. It tells you whether your business has enough cash to continue operating, and from your records you can prepare a P&L, a profit and loss. Yeah. The P&L will shows whether the business is making profits or you are actually at loss. So the simple idea is sales minus your costs and expenses will give you the profits. Okay, from your records, you can also prepare a balance sheet. Balance sheet shows what the business owns. Actually, if you ask ChatGPT, okay, after you have the bookkeeping, yeah, and then you just share with ChatGPT the Excel, you say that, please generate the balance sheets from this bookkeeping I'm having or from this ledger. Okay, so in the slides, you can see all these assets is equal to liabilities, equity. Yeah. So for today, I do not want you to worry too much about the full accounting format first. The key message for today's short lecture is that a good financial report comes from a very good daily records first. Yeah, if the records are complete, even your Chat GPT or accounts, yeah, third-party account can help convert them into a proper reports. But if your records are missing, even a professional accountant will struggle to actually help you out producing your account. Yeah. So what I'm trying to say here is that financial planning will help you decide how much money is needed for you to start the business also. Where will the money come from? How much cost is involved? How much sales are needed? When will the business break even? Yeah. Can your business survive and can you make profit? But to answer all these questions, you need the data. So bookkeeping gives you the data. That's all I'm trying to say. All right. So that's all about it for lecture 10 financial planning. But I want to add in more here. I'm sharing these important things which I think you need to start doing, which is the individual assignment. Okay. You get the lecture 10 financial planning done. I want you to look into this financial individual assignment. Yeah. Hold on. I will share individual assignment guidelines to Shopee affiliate. Okay, I already shared this. I want to share again. I want you to start register for the Shopee affiliate program and also the TikTok affiliate program. I already shared them in Ulearn. Okay, why do I ask you this? If you look at the requirement for individual assignment, okay, we want to see how students are capable of doing digital marketing. These are all about digital marketing skills, okay? Look at the rubric. Your marks is given by the number of traffics that you can generate, yeah? And the number of sales you probably will be able to generate, and your Go e-commerce records, in which you have to register, undergo e-commerce under MEDEC. I already provide you the way to register the guidelines. And last but not least is your social media marketing, your content. Yeah, this will be measured. So I share with you as well the rubrics. So I want you to check all this. But for this week, the most important is that you register your affiliate program. I already gave you the guideline boost for Shopee affiliate program. You can use this QR to see how to register for the program under Shopee. And you can choose either Shopee or TikTok, either. You can choose both. It's up to you. This is for your own goods, but it's not compulsory. Enough ways generating traffic from the affiliate program, in which this is the one that gives you marks based on the rubric. Yeah, have a look again, because this individual assignment will give you 30% of the mark. So I want you to do this and then screenshot the proof that you already did your affiliate program registration in the ULearn. So I will take this as your activities for this week, which is week 11. Okay, and then you upload the screenshot in ULearn. I'll take this as your attendance for week 11. All right, guys, that's all from me for today. I hope to see you again, inshallah.